Finding quotients using multiples, Part 2. By now you know how to estimate quotients, and you know the basic parts of finding quotients using multiples. In this lesson, you will learn how to completely solve a division problem using the hangman method of division. So as you can see, I did some of the work for you since you showed me that you already know how to estimate and set up the hangman style of division. You still will have to do this on your own, but this video is meant to help you finish hangman division. In the problem, 23 divided by 8, a lot of the things are the same. We know that we need to circle those two numbers and then find the multiples and get us super close to 23 without going over. And this number is 16. Now it's super important that when you circle both numbers, you write a 0 as your very first digit in the answer part of the quotient. Now don't be stuck. This part over here, after the boxes, is very special and very important. Basically, you just made two groups of 8. You made two groups of 8. This total is 16. To see how many more groups of 8 we need to make, we subtract the numbers after the box from the total we have, which is found underneath the hangman. After you do a couple examples, I think it'll make a little bit more sense to you. So the answer to the question, what do we do with the numbers after our box, is that we subtract them from underneath the hangman. So the number after the box is 16, so I will subtract that number 16. I see here that I need to regroup. And so 13 minus 7, 13 minus 6, just give you the answer. 13 minus 6 equals 7. 1 minus 1 equals 0. I now look to this number as my new number. We started with the number 23, we subtracted 16, and now we have 7 left over. What I need to do is say to myself, can I make another group of 8? If I can, I need to keep going over here, over and over and over again. In this video, all the examples do not have you keep going, but if we could keep going, we would show our work in between the hangman and the box. Let's do example number 2, 73 divided by 6. Once again, I've done the estimating part for us, since we don't need to show that, since you showed me you know how to do that already. We will do that on your own during a test or in real life, but for right now, we don't need to worry too much about that. We know that our answer will be between 10 and 20. We also looked over here to see that the number 6 is not as big as 7, so we circled just our first number. Now, this is the part I want for you to start to do on your own. The number that is after the box means subtraction. I'll say that one more time. The number that is after the box, you subtract from a whole entire title, for a whole entire number. So in this example, we would be subtracting 60 from 73. Alright, great. I hope you realize that we subtract 60 from 73. It's looking like I do not need to regroup, so my answer is 13. Now we're not done yet, because if we thought about it, if we had 13 of something, I'm just going to draw 13 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We could make more groups of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now how we do that will be covered in the next video. The two main things you need to know is the numbers that are after the box, you subtract, and then the numbers that you get, the answer you get from your subtraction, you want to see if you can still make groups of more groups of the numbers that we count by. In this example, 6. Example number 3. As always, we estimate first. And when we estimated, we found that our estimated answer was between 7 and 8 times. I then found the number that was closest to our circled number, 37, but did not go over it. 40 would not work because it's bigger than 37. 5 times 7 equals 35. And so I take the number after the box. This is the part that we're focusing on today. After the box, and I subtract it from the total number that I have. This leaves me with the answer of 2. Now this is really important. 2 is our next number that we'll look at. 2 is the next number that we'll look at. We either need to figure out if we are going to multiply groups of 5 again, subtract again, or whether we are done and we have a remainder. So I have 2, but I need to make groups of 5. Can I make a group of 5 from 2? Since I cannot make a group of 5 from 2, I know that I am done. And I look to my box for the answer. My answer is 7, the remainder of 2. The reason that I was done was that the number we found when we subtracted was smaller than our count bys. One more example, and then you'll try some on your own. Okay, let's take a look at our last example, 94 divided by 5. You can see that we did all the steps all the way up until finding a number after the box. Now, what is it that we do with the numbers that are after the box? That's right, we subtract them. So I take 94 minus 50 Doesn't look like I'll have to regroup. I'm going to get the answer of 44. Now, since this is our last example, I'm going to ask you, are we done? Are we done? Is 44 our remainder? "44 is not our remainder, and here's the reason why. If I had 44 of something, if I had 44 Jolly Ranchers, or $44, or 44 Takis, or 44 cars, it doesn't matter. If I had 44 of something, I could easily make groups of 5. Easily make groups of 5. So, what I would want to do then is to continue multiplying by 5 until I got to a number that was close to, but not over 44. Luckily for you, we'll do that in the next video. It's just very important that you know that the reason why we need to keep going is that this number down here is bigger than our count bys, which tells me that we can still keep making more groups of 5. Great job, only one more video to go, and then you'll be a division expert. Keep up the good work.